All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here tonight. It is Sunday night. It is the end of the week, and a brand new week is about to start. And I wanted to do this show tonight to ensure that each and every one of you starts off your brand new week on the most positive note or foot possible. Now, before we get to tonight's show, I just want to make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. I want to make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out. It should be going out there momentarily. While we wait for that, let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that that is rolling smoothly. Back end is rolling well. Notifications should be popping out any second, and there it is. Let me make sure that the sound is going through. I was delayed a few minutes on my start because my sound was a little bit off when I was testing it before I went live. Let me make sure it sounds all right. It is Sunday night. It is the end of the week. All right. Everything is rolling nice and smoothly. All right. So tonight's show is a very simple one. I don't plan on being on too terribly long. Maybe 30 minutes, maybe 60 minutes. If we get some really, really chatty people in the chat or talkative people in the chat, maybe an hour and a half, but it's probably going to be about 30 minutes or so. It's not going to take too long to really share with you folks what I'd like to share with you here tonight. And that is pretty simple. Come start off your week with a positive mindset. And that's probably going to include, what you do for work. One more time, the topic is come start your week off with a positive mindset. Now, I figured that Sunday night is the best night to tackle this subject because most people work, Monday through Fridays. They work during the day and they have nights and weekends off. That's a typical work week. Now, if you work in retail like I used to work, especially retail management, you're going to have a pretty crazy schedule where you're going to be working nights and weekends and probably get some weekends off. But this can help you folks also as well because typically everybody gets 2 days off per week. And for the most part, even in retail, when I worked retail and retail management, even though we had to work, most weekends, we would typically get 2 days off in a row during the middle of the week. So for those of you that are in a job that that you work weekends, just pretend this is the night before. This is the night before you go to work after, your second day off. So, you have your first day off, then your second day off. And in the case of most people, your second day off would be on a Sunday night. And at this point on a Sunday night, what you want to do is start reflecting on, how the previous week went and how you foresee the next week to go. And, if you live with somebody or if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, whether you live with them or not, or if you're married, this is a good time to sit down with your partner, maybe right before you go to bed. Maybe you can even do this while you're laying in bed and have that conversation. So babe, what do you foresee happening this week? What do you want to accomplish this week on top of, what you're already going to do, right? And listen to what he or she has to say. Then on the flip side, they'll probably ask you the same thing. Well, babe, what are your thoughts about, the new week, coming? Well, babe, it's going to be a pretty crazy week. We've got a lot going on. And I'll be honest, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be stressful at times and we're going to be tired. But I know we can do it because I know we're more than capable of getting things done. And here's a big tip that I want to share with all of you that has really, really helped me out. If you plan your week ahead, if you foresee what's coming, during that week. Okay. Even if you work in the corporate world or work for somebody else, typically they're going to plan, your weeks in advance, and you're going to know what's going on, and you're going to know how much more difficult certain days may be than others. Okay. If you talk about that on a Sunday night and plan out your whole week and you say, hey, on Wednesday, we've got this big, district, or corporate meeting coming to our store or our company or whatever, right? And it's going to be a crazy day. We're all going to work, 12 hours that day. And the night before, we're going to be working late to, get our location all prepped, right? You can take all that into consideration, and anything else you have planned personally during that week, you work around that. And you take into consideration that, you're going to be pretty exhausted the very next day after that, that big visit from your vice presidents or district managers on that Wednesday, for example, in this case, right? And you're going to probably need, Thursday to relax, because you're still going to have to go to work on Thursday and work your 8 hours, but you're going to want to come home and rest and relax that night. So you're going to want to plan your stuff in a situation like that on Monday and then on Friday. And take into consideration that on Tuesday and Wednesday, you're going to be, focused on getting, your business or store ready for that big walk, right? What a lot of people don't do is they don't communicate this. And, all of a sudden your partner is wondering, hey, why is my boyfriend working late tonight? Why is my husband working late tonight? Or babe, why are you so tired tonight? I thought we were going to do this, we're going to do that. If you plan your week ahead and communicate that with your partner, then there aren't any surprises. And it is less likely to affect your relationship or affect you taking care of everything else that you need to take care of within your personal life as well. We got 5 people here and 4 likes. Thank you so much for being here. Before we continue, I want to invite you all to check out my previous stream that I did earlier tonight from my walk. It was a really good stream. It was about, let me actually give you the exact stats here. It was actually a little over an hour and a half long, and we had some amazing people pop in that hadn't popped in a while. Mr. Unknown is a gentleman that many of us have known out here for quite some time through the communities that I've been a part of. He was there for the entire show, and he was just a real, great positive influence. A guy that's experienced similar turmoils out here as I have on YouTube, and it was just really nice to, catch up with him and, feel the positive vibes. But give me a second here. The show that I did earlier today was day 13 of the 30-day positivity challenge, the 30-day life-changing positivity challenge. And the title of that show was Ignore Poop Disturbers. I had the title at Ignore Poop Disturbers because I didn't want to get demonetized. But basically, we were talking about ignoring shit disturbers. There are a lot of those types of shit disturbers, not only out here on YouTube, but other social media platforms and even in the real world. And if you encounter, people like that, someone like that, or multiple people like that, you just need to ignore those people because all they're trying to do is crawl under your skin to get a reaction from you. And it's just going to waste your time and energy if you, feed into them or react to them. So the whole purpose was to ignore these poop or shit disturbers, and that will change your mindset and turn your life around, and you're just going to feel so much better. You're going to be in a more positive mindset, and that'll allow you to keep that energy to focus on what you want to accomplish. When you feed into poop disturbers or shit disturbers, okay, all you're doing is giving them your energy, and they're feeding off your energy, and they're basically gaining off of your energy, and you're losing. So flip it around. Don't give away your energy to the poop or shit disturbers. Keep it for yourself and create your greatness. And that's what we were talking about in the Walking with Purpose stream earlier today. Let me see here real quick. All right. So, yeah, nobody's chatting in the chat. Well, we've got 7 people here. I'm going to wait a little bit longer because, that's pretty much everything I had to say. I mean, there's really not too much to say about this topic. I mean, I could sit here and, dance on the screen here to try to motivate you. But no, I'm not going to do something stupid like that. But if I'm going to wait a few more minutes and see if we get some people popping in, and if they are going to ask some questions, we can keep this going, for a bit longer. But if not, I'm not the type of person that's going to sit here and drag a stream on for, 30 minutes or an hour and a half, if it's just not meant to be. I want to come out here, get my positive message out, and, then call it a night and rest and relax and come back and do the same thing tomorrow. All right. Well, if no one's going to be chatting here, I'm going to go ahead and just wrap this up. We've been on for 11 minutes. And I've got to say this. I'm really, really proud of so many people that have, come across my channel here that I run along with my lady. Oh, by the way, my lady actually had a pretty severe asthma attack earlier tonight. She's feeling a lot better now. I've talked to her since, but she's not going to be joining us here tonight. Oh, hey, bro. Mr. Unknown's Gossip and Sector News. How you doing, bro? Yo, we are in here. Yeah, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. It's a great pleasure to see you here. Let me... That's you. It is you. That's awesome, man. Give me a second here. Let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and add you to the moderator crew here, Mr. Unknown's Gossip and Sector News. And I'm going to go check out your 1 minute and 49 second clip earlier that you did. Mr. Unknown endorses Coach Eli. Stop hating. Like and subscribe to this channel. Well, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Same thing. Please subscribe to Mr. Unknown's Gossip and Sector News. I'm going to go ahead and share his link in the chat here. Oh, there's Sandra Palacio. Oh, there they are. They're coming in now. Hey, Eli. Hi, all. On my way home from birthday party listening. Oh, welcome, Sandra. Welcome. Mr. Unknown says, good live earlier, by the way. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I think that, hey, Holly, how you doing? Hi, Eli and everyone. What's going on, Holly? There they are. They're coming in now. I was just about to kill the stream because nobody was here or nobody was chatting at least. And I pretty much got out everything that I wanted to say, regarding how to start off your work week and how to look at it, on a Sunday night right before most people go to work. And if you work a retail job or a job that you work weekends and you have 2 different days off, let's say you have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off, then, on Wednesday nights, which would be equivalent to Sunday nights like today for people that, are off weekends, that's when you want to sit down and reflect, and start planning your next week with your partner. If you have a girlfriend or boyfriend or, husband or wife, or even if you're by yourself, you want to reflect and you want to look back at the previous week and see how that went and figure out how to make the upcoming week a better week, but you also want to put yourself in a positive mindset before you go to bed. The night before you start your brand new week. And again, it's different for everyone based on, when they work, but most people work Monday through Fridays, and they have nights and weekends off. You want to sit there and you want to start planning your next week, and you want to put yourself in a positive mindset right before you fall asleep, so you wake up in a great mood and a positive mindset, so that way everything will go smoothly for you that week. We are coming in now. Well, thank you so much. So let me ask all of you a question here. What's on your mind? I would love to answer your questions. If you have any opinions regarding anything you want to discuss, and I don't care what it is, feel free to share your thoughts. I'm going to wait a minute or two to get those questions coming in. And if there aren't a whole lot of questions, I'm going to probably end up wrapping this up in the next 5 to 10 minutes because, again, like I mentioned earlier, I don't want to drag on the show, just to keep it dragging on. I could have probably even done this as a pre-recorded, 5 or 10 minute video or 15-minute video, but I really just felt the need to go live tonight to try to engage as many people as possible and get you folks in a great mood before your new week starts off. Let's see. Hello at Mr. Unknown's Gossip and Sector News. It was a peaceful, knowledgeable stream earlier. Yeah. Mr. Unknown says, hello, Holly. Yeah, it was. It was. And, Mr. Unknown, I tried to present my content in the most positive and uplifting ways possible. And it's very difficult to talk about certain things because, like I mentioned in my earlier stream, there are creators out here on YouTube that, create content out of every little step you take, every breath you take, every move you make. They'll be watching you. And if you even talk about, some of these creators and what they're doing so you can try to protect other people and get them to understand what they're doing so they don't fall victim to them, it basically still gives them content. Like, there are people on this platform that, I can't even have a private phone call with because I know they're going to record it. I can't send them an email because I know they're going to put that email out there publicly. I can't send them a Facebook message because they're going to put that out there publicly either now or at some point. And that's just a really, it's just, I'm sure it's happened to you, Mr. Unknown, and everyone else. Like, you get to know some other creators on YouTube. You try to collaborate, right? And you communicate with them privately behind the scenes to, share ideas and thoughts, right? And, you start to build what you feel is a trust with them. Then you open up to them and you share some personal things just with them because you feel like you can trust them. And then all of a sudden, a week or two down the road, your conversation is front page news. The recording's all over YouTube. And that's just a really, really shitty feeling. It's like, I can tell you this, there are at least 2 or 3 people on this platform right now that I can never, ever have a phone conversation with, send an email to, or reply to in any way, shape, or form because they make content out of every little thing. That's what they do. That's what they do to use for content, to keep their channels going. It's just really, it's just asinine. It's ridiculous, Hello, Holly, says Mr. Unknown. Already read that. Book Girl. Hi, Coach Eli. Hey, Book Girl. I got your message earlier, your comment earlier. And if you can ask your question again, I'd be happy to answer it here for you. let me check this out real quick. The book channel, Book Girl. 6 subscribers, joined February 16th, 2019. Okay, feel free to get your question in the chat, and I'll answer it here. I'm probably not going to be on as long as I anticipated. Probably just another maybe 10 more minutes or so. Mr. Unknown says, facts. Holly's Hauntings and Happenings. I have known you for several years now, and I have seen so many people online twist each other's words around that I trust no one anymore. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, Holly. I really do. And I will tell you this. I wouldn't close a door on trusting people, about not trusting anyone ever again because of a few things that have happened. It's not fair to you and other great people you're going to encounter down the road or in the near future to shut them out and not give them a chance to earn their trust just because of what 1 or 2 or 3 other people have done to betray your trust out here on YouTube. But I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from on that. Book Girl says, yes, it is true. A lot of people need to have positive motivation. Yeah, so Book Girl, you let me look at your comment here. Let me find where your comment is that you left earlier. You said, hi, Coach Eli. I'd like some advice and help for a friend of mine. When she goes into a stream, she can chat in the chat, but she feels like no one is chatting with her. What should she do? First of all, Book Girl, how old are you? Because this is an 18 plus channel, and I have a feeling that, I have a feeling that you ladies are younger than that. And as long as you're over 13, it's okay you can chat. But typically I cater my content to 18 plus. I can't help people that are younger. But, the question you're asking is leading me to believe that you ladies are both pretty young. Because somebody 18 plus would probably understand and know how to handle that situation there. Mr. Unknown, you are a soldier, Eli. Only the strong survive. I appreciate that, Mr. Unknown. What makes you feel that way? I'm sure you've been a part of these YouTube streets. I mean, you've been a part of these YouTube streets for years. And I'm sure you've followed my story for a while, and I followed yours, and I know exactly what you've been through because I've been through much worse. I'm not trying to discredit what you've experienced, but it's been crazy. And no, it will never stop because it's too profitable for YouTube to stop it, right? And it's not even really. It's like I said earlier, it's not even against the law to do what some of these creators do. But it is morally and ethically wrong. It is just, it's just people being shit disturbers. Like I was saying earlier, which was the topic of my, Walking with Purpose stream earlier today, which was day 13 of the Positivity Challenge. In my 30s, same with my friend. Where are you ladies from, Book Girl? And are you ladies more on the introverted side? Are you ladies, do you ladies more so enjoy hanging around each other and not in a larger group of people? I'm trying to get an idea, the personality type that you ladies have, because that's going to say a lot of it. I'm assuming probably maybe both of you are a little more introverted and, if your friend is going into, live stream chat rooms and no one's responding to her, it could be many reasons. It could be that channel is very busy and doesn't see every message in the chat. It could be the questions she's asking is not related to the topic at hand, or there are so many other, questions that, the creator that's doing the live stream, sees more value in. It's not trying to discredit what you're putting out there, but you're not always going to get acknowledged or noticed in every single chat. And especially from the creator. What I do when I go to live stream chats, I'll address the host. I'll say, "Hey, blah blah blah. Great show. Keep up the great work." But I don't expect a response because they're busy running their show. If they acknowledge me, they acknowledge me. If they don't, then I just start to say hello to the moderators in the chat. You always want to say hi to the moderators. Get on their good side so they don't ban you, right? Earn their trust. Then start talking to some other people in the chat. And I suggest getting on a laptop or desktop because you can actually tag people in. You can go like at Mr. Unknown's Gossip and Sector News. Like I can tag you right now in the chat here at Book Girl. Hello. And then it'll basically highlight, your name there in my response because I'm tagging you in there. On a mobile device, you can't do that. I hope YouTube fixes that one day because, tagging people in, which will highlight their name in a message you put out to a chat, allows them to see you more clearly because it more so stands out. So I go in from a laptop or desktop computer when I'm in someone else's live chats or live chat, and I just address the chat and just say, "Hey, how you doing, Book Girl? How you doing, Mr. Unknown? What's going on, Holly? Blah blah blah." That's it. And then you just engage back and forth and just have like a natural conversation. She had never had any problems. Oh, was it just one live chat? I mean, was it a new channel she was visiting, or was it one that she's been to before and just all of a sudden is not getting acknowledged? I mean, I need a lot more specifics, than what you're saying there. I don't mean to be rude, Book Girl. What you're asking is very, very vague, and I'm not trying to say you're trolling, but typically trolls ask very vague questions to kind of try to trigger me. And so I'm going to ask you to be very specific, and let me know everything that's going on there because everything is still really vague. I'm just being honest with you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I got to tell you something here. Something just doesn't feel right about this. It's too vague. And, I'm not going to let someone derail the stream there. So, Book Girl, I had to let you go. You're trolling. Look, I mean, if there's one thing I've learned in 5.5 years, it's to spot trolls. People that, are going to put out constructive stuff, are going to put it out there in one shot. They're going to be very specific, and they're not going to drag on and force me to keep, asking more and more questions. So sorry, I don't know, Holly, Mr. Unknown, anyone else? Do you folks think that was a troll? I'd say that was a troll there. Because, a woman in her 30s is not going to beat around the bush like that. They're going to have a lot more experience on how to communicate, especially nowadays. Women are experts on communicating online. That was a little sketch to me there. Delete the comment as well too. All right, folks. we are at 30 minutes. There's not a whole lot going on here tonight. I'm going to wrap it up. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Mr. Unknown says, I had to learn the hard way now. I am smarter and more YouTube street smart. Yeah. Let me ask you this before I go off the air, Mr. Unknown. A lot of the stuff that I was saying earlier, I know I've heard you talk in very similar ways. That's what I respect about you. Have you started to pick all that up regarding what some people do out here for views and, subscribers and super chats and all that? Yes, it was a troll, says Mr. Unknown. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. You and I can spot them a mile away, Mr. Unknown. Yeah. Yeah, you want to know what's even more sad on a Sunday afternoon? I don't mind sharing this because it's just rather comical. That wisdom guy we were talking about earlier, he did a double dip. He first simulcasted your live stream and then he stayed on the same stream and simulcasted, mine. 3 hours and 43 minutes for 234 views. Yeah. Mr. Unknown, Coach Eli, 2.02 non-positive buffoons. All right, it's very kind of you, Wisdom. Very kind of you. I'll tell you this, if Mr. Unknown and I are, two non-positive buffoons, we're the best damn buffoons you've ever seen, brother, because if you're going to give us 3 hours and 43 minutes of your time on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening in your neck of the woods and make no money doing it, sir, that's, wow, we should be grateful that you gave us your time and you promoted our channels, bro. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate it. I think she came here. I think she came from her, I don't know. Well, I think in the last stream you had said she knew Ginger. No, I don't think she knew Ginger at all. Like the way that book girl was chatting for a 30-something-year-old woman, it sounded like she was chatting like at a 4th grade level. Shanae Jenkins, June 29th, 2022. And Shanae, have yourself a great night. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. So just stop. It's not going to work. You can send me Shanae. You can send me, Javier. You can send me, I'm not going to say the other names because they're too derogatory. Send me whoever. It's just not going to work. Mr. Unknown says facts, and Holly says LOL. Yeah, Shanae was in the house. If you go to Shanae's channel and see Shanae's picture, yeah, that says it all. And no, I don't discriminate, but that's not a real account. All right, folks. I'm going to get on out of here. I want to get some rest. It's been a really long weekend. And, I just want to rest up and get to day 14 of the Positivity Challenge tomorrow. And then day 15, I'm going to be picking up my lady and bringing her back to my place for the entire week. And when I bring her back, her and I will do a very special show on day 15 this Tuesday, a mid-challenge special. We'll surprise you with that. Keep it coming. We will snipe you, says Mr. Unknown. Isn't that the name of the good doctor, LOL? Yeah, it's a troll. Yeah. It's all good. All right. Yeah, Mr. Unknown. I will go to your channel, and if you have an email there, I will email you. If not, my email is in the About section on my channel or below in the description, Coach Eli at coacheli@melas.com. I'd love to connect with you. I'm also going to reach out to some other people, and I'm going to try to set up a few interviews this week. All right, peace, Mr. Unknown. Thank you so much. You're a good dude. Thank you, Holly, for being here. And who else was here? Thank you to Senator Palacio. She was here earlier. With that being said, folks, have yourselves a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.